Hey guys, what is up? Doodle here. You don't know who I am. I don't even know. Where am I? Anyway, we are going to watch arguably the best race of the year. This is Forever Young versus Romantic Warrior in the 2025 Saudi Cup. Now, I think a lot of people have seen this in YouTube Shorts. I've only, like the YouTube short that I've seen of this is like just the end part, the last portion of the race, the last few hundred meters, right? So I want to see the entire race and come in on the ride with me. So let's get this started.
The best of Asia, the best of North America, the best of Europe, the Saudi Cup.
The best in the world.
And they're away for the Saudi Cup, a little bit slow away. Ushbatazoro.
All right, so sorry I cuffed. This is not Forever Young, Romantic Warrior. We watched the Hong Kong Cup. This is him. I think this is Forever Young because this is kind of like it's not this guy. Because I know Forever Young's like Jockey Silks is like maroon, right? So
and early on it is Walk of Stars who moves forward. Romantic Warrior
that's
jumped well and
just
moves off the rail to get some clear daylight and avoid the kickback. Looking for Forever Young, who's broken well and is right across the field as well.
They said Umamusume,
is racing
right?
in a handy position with the
he's also
through
here.
The first 200. They're
For those
being
who don't
followed
know,
by
that is
Ramjet, also there is Wait to Excel.
Kid.
As last year, Ushbatazoro's the one off the back end.
Yeah, he's
also
here.
towards the
So
back at this stage is
is
Rattle and Roll well behind as they make their way through the first 400 metres. Forever Young in the maroon colours, but it's Almusmak towards the outside with Defunded, and right there on the running rails, Walk of Stars. Romantic Warrior tracks them in fifth place, Pale Blue, racing on the inside of Wait to Excel, then Ramjet wider out to the White Cababel Codigo. Factor Cheval is at the back of that leading group on the outside of Wilson Tesoro. Then behind those is Intense for Me, still a gap back to Wood and Sun. Rattle and Roll well back, and Ushbatazoro as Romantic Warrior moves off the running rail
to the outside,
bro.
That is so smooth.
So out in the lead, Forever
that
Young
jockey
on the
is so good,
outside,
though.
disputing it with Walk
they
of
were
Stars.
on the rail,
right
and
the
now
outside,
they're
Romantic
in a good
Warrior
position.
with 5 wide into the turn, but he's poised under James McDonald
so
as the big two move through.
Bro.
Forever Young, Romantic Warrior sweeps up on the outside for Hong Kong. They lock horns, and it's Romantic Warrior who finds most initially from Forever Young in second place. The
this
two
is
of
what
them
I
are
saw.
clear from Wilson Tesoro and Factor Cheval, two of the great racehorses in the world.
Dude,
and at the moment, Romantic Warrior
I would think if I was watching this live, it was done. It was done.
Forever Young is trying to close, and he's beginning to do so. Romantic
and he's catching
Warrior
up
from the outside. Forever Young has got to within 3 points of the lead. Romantic Warrior, Forever Young, a race for the ages, and Forever Young rounds off a terrific night for Japan. Runs down Romantic Warrior and breaks Hong Kong hearts. Back in third place, Ushbatazoro, Rattle and Roll from the back.
Ushbatazoro got
next
third.
with Ramjet. Then behind those, Walk of Stars dropped out. Defunded Nel Codigo. A stretch jaw for the ages where Romantic Warrior went first but couldn't repel Forever Young, who ran him down in the final 50.
This race is like, you know that thing where it's like, oh, it's so over. Oh no, we're so back. Oh no, it's so over. Oh no, we're so back. That's pretty much this race.
To win the 4th race in a row tonight for Japan, and the one that matters most. The winner in the last strides of last year's Saudi Derby wins the Saudi Cup in similar fashion. Romantic Warrior got a break, faced the kickback, did Hong Kong proud, but eventually it was Forever Young for that familiar nation on Saudi Cup night. 4 on the night for Japan, 2 here in successive years. Forever Young won the Saudi Cup.
Because here's the thing.
Beginning to do so. Romantic Warrior looks so great.
You're going to see his spurt.
Right?
You're going to see his spurt of foot, I think. I'm not a horse person, but
rider looks across.
I kind of start seeing like when horses really like kick it up a notch. Like in a split second, they just go brr, right?
Forever Young is trying to close, and he's beginning to do so. Romantic Warrior from the outside. Forever Young close, and he's beginning to do so. Romantic Warrior from the outside.
It's kind of like in the Umamusume anime shows, right, where they just zoom in the foot, and the foot just like digs deep in the dirt, and they just explode forward, right? It's kind of like
Young
that.
is trying to close, and he's beginning to do so. Romantic Warrior from the outside. Forever Young has got to within 3 parts of a length. Romantic Warrior, Forever Young, a race for the ages, and Forever Young rounds off a.
And you know what's crazy is you thought at this point
the two of them are clear from Wilson Tesoro and Factor Cheval, two of the great racehorses in the world, and at the moment Romantic Warrior holds sways, Ryder looks across.
And then apparently Forever Young still has a lot of his gas tank. And he ups it up a notch. And then he just freaking wins. Right? And I've been seeing, I don't know if this is true. I know Forever Young, there's a good chance that he's going to go back to Dubai next year. And I think that's where he's going to go up against Sovereignty. Because Sovereignty was scratched in the Classic, in the Breeders' Cup Classic, right? Because he had a fever that, it wasn't a high fever, but they gave him some meds, I think, and then it went down, and then it went up again. So they decided to, like, you know what, not worth the risk. So they scratched him, right? And still, some people are, even though Forever Young's win in the Classic, it was still insane because Sierra Leone, Fierceness were in his ass the entire time, right? But they're like, some people are like, oh, but Sovereignty, you know? Now, if things fall into place, this guy will face Sovereignty somewhere, I think it's Dubai World Cup, right? Dubai World Cup. And I've been seeing some comments and tweets that a Romantic Warrior might also be there. Now, don't quote me on that, but, you know, that would be so... Dude, Sovereignty is a freaking monster. That horse is scary. And you know why I think that he's actually going to compete there? He's owned by Sheikh Mohammed. He's owned by Godolphin. Right? And it's in Dubai. So for those who don't know, Sheikh Mohammed is the ruler of Dubai. He's the king of Dubai, right? And he owns the biggest entity in horse racing, Godolphin. Right? And that's his horse. That's his horse in Dubai. So I would assume that, can you imagine, in a few months, it's going to be Forever Young, Romantic Warrior, and Sovereignty going at it. Bro, that is like WrestleMania triple threat match, right? That is the WrestleMania levels of triple threat for the WWE Championship or World Heavyweight Championship. Anyway, I've yapped too much. I'm going to see you on the next one. Peace out. Yeah.